So I always wonder when I find people that do not watch football, especially the young generation. I'm just curious to know what they do, because these days you hear this is Man U, this Barcelona, this Real Madrid, this. So when I hear that you don't watch, why don't you watch football, or is it soccer?
Okay, I think I have a straight answer for that. It's something that just came natural for me.
Okay.
I don't know why I don't watch soccer.
Okay, do you play?
I don't play soccer.
Not even.
No, I don't play games.
You don't play games?
No, I don't.
But any physical sport you don't play? Chess? Marathons?
Yes.
So you're one of those guys who are always running?
No, I don't. I do personal marathons.
Oh, personal?
Yeah, just to keep myself fit.
Okay, what's your longest stretch?
I've done a 3 hours marathon.
Okay, what did you
Yes.
cover? Because sometimes you can run 3 hours, but you've just covered
No.
3 kilometers.
It was from Chalala, Woodlands, all the way to Ibex here and back.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, that's a long stretch.
Mm-hmm.
And how long do you do your personal marathons?
Okay, I think mainly it's once or twice in a month.
Okay, when did you start?
That was 3-4 years ago.
Where was the inspiration coming from?
Okay, so it's a thing where most young people, we usually don't take physical fitness seriously. I don't know for what reason, but it's something that enhances our thinking, our critical thinking.
Oh, is that so?
Personally, I believe so.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
So I do it regularly just for the sake of my mental enhancement.
Okay.
It makes me more productive. When I do a stretch, I tend to be more productive at whatever it is I do.
Okay, that's great. Hey, everybody, welcome to the ZED Education Podcast. My name is Andrew Banda, and still is Andrew Banda. Today I have Emmanuel Kateta.
Kateta, correct.
So is it Kateta or Kateta? Is it Bemba? Is that Kateta?
It's Lubale.
It's Lubale. So how do you pronounce? So I'm thinking, I know Bemba, I don't know Lubale. So Kateta is like something to do with cutting. So how do you pronounce Kateta in what's the right pronunciation?
It's Kateta.
Kateta.
Yes.
Okay, so Emmanuel Kateta, of course he doesn't watch football because he's a tech guy in a way. So the way I want us to start our episode, which is now a culture, is the educational trends that are happening in the country.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe the past 2 weeks, anything you've heard about in the education space, could be a university, at a national level, at a school level, anything you've picked out?
UNZA closing.
Okay, of course.
That's in my mind right now.
UNZA closing. Okay. There seems to be a big deal with the infrastructure, the sewer lines there.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nothing.
There've been a series of graduations.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Any university did you attend any of those?
Yeah, I was at UNZA personally.
Oh, you're at UNZA?
Yes.
No, but recently the graduations. Did you have any relative who was graduating?
No.
Okay.
I didn't have any.
Okay. I had friends at Cobalt University. Congratulations to all those that graduated from, I know, Cobalt University. I think
Yes.
I had the most recent one. Then
Unilas?
Pardon?
Unilas?
Yes, there's Unilas. Kwame Nkrumah must be last week. They had a graduation, and the Minister of Education, that's Dr. Douglas Munsaga Siagalima, was awarded an honorary doctorate in education management and leadership at Kwame Nkrumah University,
Yes.
which is something we'll still want to congratulate him for. And somebody was awarded a doctorate at CBU. Do you know somebody in the banking sector?
Madam Mizinga Melu?
Yes. So Madam Mizinga Melu, Madam Chibesa Kunda,
Yes.
I think the CEOs in the banking, they call them the blue banks, something like that. We also want to wish you, Madam Doctor, not Madam.
Yes, Dr.
Yes.
Mizinga Melu.
Dr. Mizinga Melu and your counterparts. We congratulate you on the doctorates that you received. Now, today we're joined by Emmanuel. Emmanuel and I are going to dive into a discussion that will revolve around education, but we'll take the approach of entrepreneurship and the tech side. So now, one thing that I like about this is, they say that entrepreneurship is not just about making money, but it's about breaking boundaries and barriers. If everyone is going to the right, an entrepreneur will go left and test whatever is existing. So today we have a gentleman by the name of Emmanuel Kateta, who's going to share his story and his insights about his journey with respect to his education journey and, of course, the business that he's running. Now, Emmanuel, you are a tech entrepreneur. I don't know if there's a phrase that we use for that.
That's right. Right.
I want to start. Where did this your love for tech begin from?
Okay, perfect. So I completed my high school in 2020.
Oh, COVID.
Yes. During COVID-19 pandemic.
Okay.
Yes. High school, I completed in 2020.
Okay.
Then from there, I made up my mind that I was going to go all in business.
Oh.
Because it's something I really wanted to do. But my parents were like, no, you need to go to school, Okay, we understand you want to do business.
That's an African parent.
But you have to go to school. I think we had this debate for months. Like, okay, perfect. We'll go ahead and do this. But before I went to school, there was that year period when I was doing absolutely nothing. So I spent that time doing a bunch of research on making money. I was a young guy trying to make money. Really, even up now, I still want to make money.
Yeah.
How do I make money online? How do I do this? How do I do ABCD? Trust me, I watched over close to 300 videos on YouTube trying to learn how to make money. I came across a whole lot of things: affiliate marketing, drop shipping, e-commerce, quite a number of ventures out there, right? So something that popped in my mind was, there was this time I was watching a podcast of this billionaire. I've forgotten the name of the billionaire. So the man said, if you want to get into business, learn how to sell. I was like, oh, okay, learn how to sell. Then from there, instantly, I went on YouTube and searched for, sales masterclasses on YouTube. I started learning how to sell.
Okay.
Yes. Then from there, I was like, oh, okay, this is really great, right? Because I'd never done the craft before. And what I got to realize was, when I entered in the game of sales, it wasn't as easy as it looked like, right? So then I kept on binge watching YouTube videos, trying to learn how to do this whole thing and everything. Then I came across platforms like Apollo.io, Hunter.io. Those were softwares built for marketers.
So what were you trying to sell? Were you trying to sell online, or were you trying to sell physically?
Online.
I
was trying to sell online.
So whatever you're watching was about online.
Online, yes.
Okay. Why not physical? Or was it the COVID? You knew that you couldn't go out, but why not the physical space?
Okay, physical space, it's a thing where, I was looking for leverage.
Okay.
So for personally, I define leverage as maximum results with minimum efforts.
Okay.
Because we are in the tech-driven economy right now. And if you look at the level of leverage you can get when you are online, the level of visibility you can get when you're online is nothing compared to somebody who's trying to push selling offline.
Okay.
Yes. So when I got to understand that truth, I was like, okay, I'm going to learn how to sell online.
Okay.
Yes.
So for me, who has never researched on how to sell online compared to you, what is the, when you're in university, they'll tell you 101
yes
of selling online.
Yes.
What is the catch? What is the rule? Or what is the cost for selling online? Like one fundamental tip of selling online.
One fundamental tip for selling online, I would say, it's building identity.
Okay.
Yes, because people talk about marketing, and marketing is just communication. And what are we communicating? We are communicating identities. No wonder people buy into well-known brands. No wonder people buy into, business brands that are very popular, because they are associating that to an identity. that has been, that has been engineered in their minds by great marketers.
Okay.
So one thing people should understand whenever they're trying to sell anything, whenever they're trying to get into this sales marketing thing, is identity.
Okay.
What identity are you trying to build? Then from there you engineer a marketing structure to push that identity.
Okay. So in 2021, you've done your research.
2021.
You're still waiting to go to school.
Yes.
Before you went to school, did you sell anything?
Before I went to school.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
You've done your research. Did you sell anything?
Yes.
Okay.
And do you know what happened? While I was doing my research, trying to sell online and all that, I had an idea to start a clothing brand. That was the first thing I did. Okay. So I remember that in 2021, somewhere November, October, there was this teacher at my former school, Chirundu Secondary School.
Which one?
Chirundu Secondary School.
Chirundu.
Yes,
okay.
I was there. So the man gave me 1,500.
For what?
Right? To invest in my business.
Okay.
He gave me 1,500 as capital to invest in my business, of which I was supposed to pay him back with interest.
In how many months?
In a month's time.
Or in a month's time?
Yes, I was supposed to pay him 1,500 plus 30% interest. Right? So do you know what I did? I was in Chirundu at the time. I came here to Lusaka, boarded the bus, came here to Lusaka. I bought chino trousers. I don't know, I think I had 5 or 6 chino trousers and about 3 or 4 smart shirts. Then I went back to Chirundu, started selling those, to teachers. Crazy. Yeah. I started selling to teachers, right? So my first week of selling, I had no sale, 0 sale.
Okay.
Because teachers were waiting for month end to get paid. Yes. So what I did was, I think I gave about 3 teachers, right? I gave 3 chino trousers to 3 teachers who were, these were primary school teachers.
Okay. On credit?
On credit.
Okay.
Yes, because they promised they were going to pay me on month end. Then the remaining stock I had, I went to sell it at Chirundu market.
Okay.
Right? I was moving around the market, selling whatever I was selling and all that. Month it came, it was a struggle collecting my money. And there's this teacher waiting for his 1,500 plus a 30% interest.
Okay. It was 30%?
30%.
I see. Where was the struggle? Were you intimidated that these were teachers so you couldn't go and say, Basa, give us our money?
No. I used to approach them, sir, I think it's month and you promised, there's this and this, I'm waiting for this. It was stories back to back.
Okay.
Yes. But luckily, I managed to collect some money from the stock I sold at the market because I was selling those on cash basis.
Okay.
Yes. So I'd managed to raise, I think that was like 1,200. So I told my former teacher, okay, I'm going to pay you this. I've raised this. Then give me a few more time. I have these teachers who I gave stock on credit. They haven't yet paid me. Then when I collect the money, I'll come and pay you. That's where my sales journey started.
And it started?
Yes.
So would you conclude was that successful, that venture? Was it successful?
It wasn't.
It wasn't. But did you manage to pay the person
I managed to pay him.
Okay.
Yes.
And after that experience, did you think you would still go ahead with business?
Yes, because I had this I have this crippling ambition.
Okay. Just there on the ambition, what was the greatest lesson that you got from that?
Okay, my lesson from the venture is you don't start a business on credit, especially if it's an idea that you haven't yet proven.
Okay.
You don't build it on credit. You build your skills. You then find a way on how you can get into the venture without you having to borrow money.
Okay.
Especially if you are just getting started, because you don't know what it brings.
So if you don't borrow money, where do you get the money from?
If you don't borrow money, where do you get? That's where this whole internet thing came in.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because look, with the internet, I knew I only needed money for bundles. And at the time, I only had a phone. It was a Huawei, I think a Huawei P8. That's the
Okay.
phone I was using at the time.
That's a good. You had a good phone. Who bought you that phone?
And you know, there was this white lady from Italy that bought me the phone. Do you know why? Because you know I did very well at my grade 12.
Okay.
Then this same white lady heard about me because I was trending at the time. You know,
In Chirundu.
the thing where yes, like you were the top of the.
We said the cream de la cream.
So now this white lady, the Italian lady, heard about me. Then from that, there's a boy the lady was keeping, you know, who was struggling with school and all that. So she invited me at her house. You know, we had a chat, and she wanted me to be tutoring the boy. Yes, and she was paying me for that. Then, I think months later, she went to Italy. Then she bought me a Huawei P8.
Yeah, I was getting surprised. That's not a cheap phone. 2022. Yeah, that's not a cheap phone. Yeah.
She bought me a Huawei P8. So that's the phone I started using for my online venture. Before then, do you know what I used to do? When my dad comes back from work, you know, 22, 23, when he knocks off to bed, I would get his phone and use his phone for my research. No, like I never had a proper phone at the time.
Okay.
Yes, I would use my dad's phone.
Okay.
For whatever it is I was doing. So in the morning when he wakes up, he would find bundles depleted on his phone and
he'll call the service provider.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he started from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a Huawei.
P8.
Is it Huawei or Huawei?
Yes, Huawei.
Yeah. P8.
Yes.
How does that help you propel your business in the tech space?
So the thing at the time, I never had any money. I just graduated from high school. I'm looking for a business to start because I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to do good not only for myself but for my parents and my family in entirety. So now what do? I jump on the internet, right? Because I think at that time the internet was blossoming. And the idea I had in mind was, if I crack this internet thing, it'll make me a whole lot of money because I was seeing Nigerians, you know, guys from SA making a lot of money with affiliate marketing, e-commerce, and a whole bunch of different ventures. So in my space, I never had anybody who I could reference who was doing so well in terms of the internet, digital marketing, and all those things. So I was like, okay, I just have to get in the game and do this all by myself.
Okay.
Then from there, and I had an idea. You know, there are these guys that sell courses online, right? They will put you in a community and teach you this skill and that. I was like, okay, how about, since I don't have anybody in my circle who is doing this, how about I pay for a course online, then at least I'll have direct access to people who are succeeding at this thing. And also there is this community that can hold me accountable whilst I'm trying to build this thing.
Okay.
Yes. So that's how I got into some communities whilst I was building this whole tech sales marketing thing.
Okay. So that's 2021. What happened in 2022? Do you go to school, or are you thinking, I think I'll just stick to my business idea?
Yes, I went to school.
You went to school?
Yes.
Where?
Unza.
Unza. What do you studied Unza?
I started doing medicine.
Medicine.
Yes.
Okay. So you went like the full time, that cohort they call NS in Kota whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
I went to do that.
Okay.
And then what happened was I couldn't do that anymore.
Why? Anyway, being a doctor in Zambia is good. You couldn't do it anymore.
I couldn't.
So give me a picture, Emmanuel. Was it misalignment with what you felt you could do, or is it tough?
Misalignment. I don't believe anything is tough.
Or were you distracted?
I would say 97% of my focus was just trying to make this whole business thing work.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I don't know if you've ever had that level of ambition where you think no matter what, I just have to make this thing work.
Okay.
And you're willing to sacrifice whatever it is that comes your way just to make that thing work.
So you sacrificed medical school.
I sacrificed that. Yes.
So how far did you go?
All the way to second year.
So first year you cleared,
Yes.
and then
I went to second year, yes.
second year.
Then from there,
When do people go to Ridgeway?
in second year.
In second year. So you went to Ridgeway.
Yes, I did.
Okay. And when did you say, I'm leaving?
Right there in second year.
In second year.
Yes.
Which is it semester? Do you use terms of semester? Semesters.
Semester, yes. First semester.
The first semester.
Yes.
So it was not fees.
No, it was never fees.
It was not anatomy stuff.
No, it was never. I think God has blessed me in a way that school has never been tough for me. I don't know how, but if you were to talk to my parents, they would tell you I've always been a straight A student, like straight from the very beginning. School has been this easy ladder for me.
What's your greatest strength? Are you one of those guys who, when a lecturer or a teacher is teaching, you pick it right from there and you don't put much effort into studying? What's your style of learning?
I have to study.
You have to study.
I have to study.
How do you learn best? Self-study or listening to somebody else?
Self-study.
Self-study.
Yes.
So you're able to pick it just when there's text, you're able to pick it and understand.
Yes.
Any question comes, you're able to.
Yes.
Okay.
For me, like when I'm in class, the lecturer is lecturing, I'll get a bit of some details, right, to help me in terms I need reference when I'm studying.
Okay.
You see, when the lecturer is lecturing, basically I'm just scanning what the lecturer is doing. I'll not get the concept there and then.
Okay.
But when I put my mind into study now, that's when I pick the whole thing.
Okay. That's
School the same.
So these are the smart guys.
School the same.
Yeah. So you go to Ridgeway.
Mm-hmm.
Do you start the lectures? Do you start attending class?
I started, yes.
Okay. Up to when did you?
I only did first semester.
And then?
Then from there, I was in school, but what happened at the time, I just started focusing on this whole business thing.
Okay. And who was paying for your school? Were you on bursary?
Yes, I was on bursary.
100% or 75%?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. So your parents were not going to be... So when... I want to hear the conversation about, you know what? That medical school thing, for me,
Okay. So basically, my parents were supporting me in terms of, upkeep. Yeah. So now, fast forward, 2020, I think that was 2024 when I left Unza. I went to do an apprenticeship with Mr. Mwalamoto.
Okay.
Yes. In sales.
Okay.
Yes, I think I was there for like 3 months.
2024, was he running the accounting school or was he still doing the chickens? I think
it was the accounting school.
The accounting
That's
school.
when the
they were
chicken
starting.
thing had closed.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So what happened was, I think I had attended Next 24 by Dr. Daniel Kawani.
Okay.
Right. I went there and I met Mr. Mwalamoto from there. I think I had a 3 minute chat with him and all that. Then I texted him the following week. Right. I was offering him sales to go and do some sales at for the school, right? Then he called me. I had a chat with him. Then he said, "Okay, I think I can bring you on board. Let's do this thing."
Okay.
Then Mr. Moto himself came at my place to pick me up. I think he moved from his place. He had I think he had a meeting here in Lusaka.
Yeah.
Yes, of some sort. Then when heading back, he picked me up and I went to go and stay in one of his houses.
Okay.
Yes. So I started the whole thing from there.
Okay.
Started doing sales for the school and all that. Then he pushed for a sponsorship kind of an arrangement for students, because most students from in Mwembeshi couldn't afford the fees. So it wasn't that expensive. It was just 10,000 per year. but the majority of them couldn't
10,000 per year.
per year.
And how many months are you doing in accounting? I don't know. Is it semester?
It was per semester.
Okay,
So that's like 5,000 per semester.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But the issue was okay.
Continue.
The issue was that most of the students within the area, they couldn't afford the fees.
Okay.
So I think he partnered with I don't know if it was a man from the UK or this Western, so they can offer some sponsorship to the students there.
Okay. Like a
Yes.
scholarship.
More like a scholarship,
Okay,
yes, where you pay afterwards and all that. Yes.
So what was your role? Were you a marketer? Were you
I was doing sales and marketing.
sales and marketing?
At the time I was the only one doing sales and marketing
Okay.
there.
So what's your satisfaction when it comes to sales and marketing? You as Emmanuel, where do you feel satisfied? For example, as a teacher, I get satisfied when I see that my learners have understood the concepts that I was teaching and they thrive. Ultimately, they become people of influence and
Yes.
have impact on the ground. So for you guys who are in the tech space, you are just sales and marketing. Where do you get your satisfaction from?
Okay. Really, it's this thing, I was comparing the African setup, right, in terms of entrepreneurship and this whole business thing. If you look at countries like the US and you compare, of course you can't compare, if you look at the US and Zambia and you try to do a comparison, like we're way behind. Like if I put it in terms of metrics, we're like 500 years behind those guys, right? Really, do the numbers.
Why do you say so?
Why do I say so?
Yes.
Look at the rate at which the US is in terms of technology. Look at Facebook, right? So let me just give you a glimpse as far as Facebook is concerned. You see how easy the Facebook user interface is. How easy it is to navigate. My 7-year-old brother can literally be on Facebook and still manage to operate Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. And building a business to that degree with 1 billion of people on the platform, there is so much complexity behind.
Okay.
I don't know if you get the idea.
Okay.
Let me bring it to a car. If you look at a car, right? You drive. Is it easy or hard to drive a car?
I think it's pretty easy.
It's pretty easy, right? But is the complexity of putting the whole system that makes the car move easy?
Not to me.
Not to you, right?
Yeah, but to the engineers, I'm sure it's something
they mastered the craft.
Okay.
So my whole point here is that the level of complexity it takes to build a system that is user easy.
Okay.
It's a whole different game.
So it's like a back end of that.
The back end
is complex. Things.
Like the machine, the engineering that runs the system such that it's easy for the user to operate it, even if it's holding this whole load.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so complex to build a business that's easy. I don't know if viewers can understand.
Okay.
Building a business that's easy is complex because there's so much complexity on the back end that people don't see that runs the whole thing smoothly.
Okay.
So now back to why I am driven by this whole sales and tech thing. My bigger vision is to make client acquisition for businesses easy.
Okay.
And that's how to bring me satisfaction.
Is there a specific industry that you want to thrive in or anywhere?
I want to thrive in the tech industry.
The tech industry. So now how, for example, in the tech industry, are you going to look at, since you have a background of medical school, are you going to use medical school to bring acquisition of clients to the businesses, or whoever wants that service is where you want to focus on?
Do you know one thing the medical school has taught me? The best business people are scientific.
Really?
Yes, really. The best business people are scientific. Do you know why I say so?
But do they know
Look
it?
Some know it, some don't.
Okay. Okay.
Some know it, some don't. Look at this. I don't know how I'll break this down, but look at this. When you decide to step into business, you decide to deal with the psychology of people. People are psyche.
Okay.
When you decide, the minute you decide to step into business, you've decided that I'm going to deal with psyche, human beings, right? Because the people you're selling your product to are human beings, complex human beings. The people you work with, your staff members, are complex human beings. The people you partner with are complex human beings. These are two different people with two different belief systems, two different world views, two people that need different things, different care, and all that complexity. So now, how are you going to build a product, publish it on the market, and convince all these different kinds of people with different belief systems to believe that they should buy your product? So now, when I got to understand that, I was like, okay, whenever we're building a product or we're trying to build a business, you have to first come down to what we call the first principles or the foundational principles of whatever it is that you're building. If I'm going to build a tech company, and let's say I want to build a software that will help businesses acquire more clients. So what's the founding principles of my business? Okay, maybe companies are looking for ways or strategies on how they can make more sales. Why is that? Why are companies trying to make more money? Maybe it's because they want to be able to pay their staff members. I don't know what the reason could be. Why do they want to pay their staff members? They want the business to die. Why don't they want the business to die? Maybe the founder has a family to take care of. Why does he want to take care of his family? You know, there is something deeper inside of people that caused them to start that business, to hire the employees they hire, to build the product they build. It's deeper than the business. Maybe the reason you started your business is because there's this daughter of yours that you love so much and you want to give her the whole. So now, how I can sell my product to you is not looking at the surface level. The surface is you're trying to make money, but the deepest level, or what we call the psychological level, is there is this daughter of yours that you love so much and you don't want to see her suffer.
Motivation, kind of.
Yes.
Okay. I liked something that you said about the differences that is there between like the Western world and Zambian context. If we look at the businesses you've worked with, one of them you've cited is Mr. Moto. Shout out to Mr. Malamoto.
Yes.
You also have worked with international companies.
Yes.
How does one get to work with an international company?
I think there's a little bit of complexity there.
Okay.
It's I would say it's easy. At the same time, it's complex. So let me give you some backstory.
So so give me backstory and how. I want the secrets.
Ooh. Here's a backstory. When I started my whole entrepreneurship journey, remember 2021, after completing school and whatsoever, the guys I was learning from were guys from the US, guys from the UK.
That community?
Okay. Those were the people that I was learning from. So now, the reason is simple. Because I wanted to make money in US dollars. And there, I didn't have bigger ambitions. Like, okay, if I just make like $200 in Zambian kwacha at the time, I would have like 5,000 kwacha. You know, when you're just getting started, you are obviously at the time I was 19. I'm 23 now, right? So I was like, okay, if I make like 5,000, that was like a lot of money to me, like a lot of money, right? So now, how do I do that? If I just have one client from the US paying me $200, already I'm making the amount of money, you know, I'm trying to make. So now, fast forward, I started paying for communities, you know, these communities where they will teach you sales and marketing in depth. And those guys like are pretty good.
Okay.
I'll testify, yes. So I started learning sales and marketing from there, and currently I'm also in another community called the Imperium Academy.
Okay.
It's by this guy Charlie Morgan. You know, he's from the UK. He's built quite a big, marketing agency and a consulting firm, Imperium Acquisition.
Okay.
Yes, to like 40 million US dollars.
Oh, okay.
You know, like people pulling such numbers and learning directly from people like that. So that's the community I'm in right now.
Okay.
So, fast forward, how do you get to access opportunities from these US guys? Like, you just put yourself in their community, you make yourself visible.
Okay.
So the first thing I think one can do is just find one thing you're going to learn. It may not be sales, it may not be tech, it could be something like video editing, graphic designing, it could be something like photo editing, script writing, whatever. Find people who are teaching that, see if they have communities. Within their communities, trust me, you may get recommendations to work with certain people. Though the way I did it, it wasn't through a recommendation. I'd enrolled in this program, right? It was by a US guy. I've forgotten the name of the guy. It was, I think, 12 months ago, right? Then in the program, there was this guy, Darag Ford, because at the time I was just seeking apprenticeship. I just wanted to get in the game and get direct mentorship from the people who, were running the whole system. Yeah, so I got on a call with Darak, and at the time I was still at
Treasury.
No. I was
At Mwata.
yes,
Mwala.
Mr.
Yes.
Mwala
Okay.
office.
Yeah.
Yes, I got on a call with Darak Ford on a Zoom call. More like an interview kind of an arrangement. We had a conversation, and the thing was, he was also a startup, right? So like, okay, perfect, Emmanuel, I think we're going to work together in this whole thing. Since he was a startup and also seeking mentorship, this is a great platform for me to just get started. Trust me, I didn't make any money from there.
Okay.
Yes, I didn't make any money from there. Fast forward, I started working with another guy from Canada, James Elliott, right? So this man runs, he's also running a consulting firm, for natural health practitioners.
Okay.
He's niche down, yes. So now, when I started working with a guy, at the time, like, I completely had no money to my name. So I talked to James. I told him, you see, me, I completely have no money to my name. So we made an arrangement with James. He said, okay, do you know what, Emmanuel? I'm going to give you $150 just so you can sort yourself out for the time. He sent me
I hope you didn't buy those. This man came debt up. You should wear them. You're looking. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, he sent me $150 via PayPal. When I got the money, it was like $3,150.
Okay.
Right? So how I spent the money, I got part of the money, and I got I got a passport, right? Because my ambitions kept telling me, you travel,
Yeah.
I was like, if I'm going to travel outside,
I need to be ready.
I need to be ready
to start
now.
off. Okay.
And there's an opportunity, like, I have money right now, so I can just get a bit of that money and get a passport for myself.
Okay. I hope you don't. I hope you don't owe people money. Otherwise, they're watching this and they'll be able to tell us, I swear.
No, I don't owe.
Is making money. Okay.
We are safe.
So you have had entrance to work with companies within Zambia and outside Zambia.
Yes.
So are you still working with those, or are you now just focusing on your entrepreneurship journey and building a brand and presence? Where are you currently at now?
I'm still working with some. Some I may be able to mention their names here. Some not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For some reasons, I'm still working with James. Yes.
Okay.
And locally, there are other people I'm working with as well. One of them I can mention is Mr. Brighton Chifunda. I don't know if you know him.
I think I know him. He does machines.
Yes, he
Yes.
does sell
Yeah,
machines.
good friend from the Copper Belt.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, when Mr. Brighton Chifunda was, moving from the Copper Belt to Lusaka,
Yeah.
he called me. I was like, oh, okay. Now I'm privileged. Like, this man, I know probably he has so many people he can call him whatsoever for A, B, C, D, but he decided to call me. Okay, I'll make myself available, and whatever I can do, I'll do, right? So when he called me, he said something like, Emmanuel, I'll be in Lusaka, I think for a meeting, we can organize and probably we can link up. Let's see how we can link up.
Link up.
Okay, this is a great opportunity. Mr. Brighton Chifunda is somebody, I look up to, looking at his journey and all that. So this is an opportunity for me. What can I do? I didn't have money at the time, right? So I was like, but there's this book I had bought. It's I've forgotten the title of the book. So I was like, okay, I'm going to carry this book. I know I like the book. I know I didn't even finish reading the book. It was too brand new. I'm going to, give this book to Mr. Brighton Chifunda.
Okay.
Yeah, as a way of honor. That's just my principle. Whenever I meet great people who've impacted me, I find whatever I can give as a token of appreciation. Right? So I carried the book. We met at Lewanika Mall, Nando's.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're having, him and the wife were there. We're having some good time, having some Nando's. And like, Mr. Chifunda, I got you this book. I don't have much, but there's this book I bought, so I thought of gifting you. I've been wanting, to meet you for some time. He was amazed at the gesture.
So he's one of the people that you're also working with.
Yes.
So are you a workaholic?
I believe so.
You believe so?
Yes.
Okay, and your philosophy, is it what did you say? What's your philosophy? Work as if today is what? Is it work as if today is your last day?
Yes.
Why is that important to you?
Okay, it's so important to me because I believe there's dignity in labor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe there's.
How so?
I think the universe always has its way of blessing those that are diligent. I believe you can't get away with anything in life. Whatever I choose to do today, will compound into what I'll have tomorrow. It's a compounding effect, like the eighth wonder of the world. Yes. So if I believe at some point I'm going to be this great and I walk in the corridor of greatness empty-handed, people are going to walk in my space empty-handed. So I believe there's no single great person I've met that has impacted me empty-handed. I always give people.
Okay.
It's my principle. It's my rule. If I can't give you money, I'll find something. No matter what it is, I'll gift you.
Okay.
I gift my pastor, my prophet at church, because I believe he has groomed me so much. He has done so much. So I gift him.
Okay.
Whenever I can.
Okay. And of course, I'm sure you're also gifting your parents.
Yeah.
At 23 years old, what is the greatest challenge that a young entrepreneur like yourself has faced? Or what are you young entrepreneurs in whatever space you may be? What's the greatest challenge that you guys are facing?
The greatest challenge,
if any?
Yeah, there are many. There are quite many. I think proximity.
Proximity to?
Proximity, I think that's the greatest challenge to me. Because here's one. Looking at where we are right now, no one can come to me and tell me that my biggest challenge is capital. When I believe this is your greatest capital, if you invest in this, it can do wonders. Right now, you can just get a 10 kwacha, buy bundles, go on YouTube. YouTube is one of the biggest universities that we have currently. Go on YouTube, find a skill you can learn. It could be something as simple as videography, script writing, whatever it is, copywriting, sales, marketing, whatever it is.
So where is the challenge? Is the challenge in that many of the young people don't want to invest in acquiring the knowledge on those platforms? Where's the real challenge? That's what I want to find out. Yes, especially for you people that are in entrepreneurship at a young age. Like, where is the challenge that you are facing, and what would be the help that you would need?
Okay, I think I'll answer this question in two directions.
Okay.
The challenge I'm facing personally,
Okay.
and the challenge I believe my fellow young people are facing.
Okay, thank you.
My challenge may not be their challenge.
Yes.
So the challenge I'm facing personally, like I said, that I think is proximity.
Okay.
Right? Because over the period, from my personal experience, there is just how you begin to transform when you are in direct proximity with a certain group of people.
Okay.
Right? I now understand why people think, probably the rich are greedy, not so social, because where you find the rich, it's the rich only. Where you find the poor, it's obviously the poor only. But no, it's just proximity.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, if at the level I'm at right now, I look at people who are doing massive, bigger than myself, that I can connect with and see how they do what they do. Right? So now, imagine what people would call humility. Imagine this this wealthy man who is trying to build a global empire, and for the sake of humility, what people call humility, he decides to be in close or direct proximity with the poor. Right? What that is going to happen is that people emit their energies into you, whether you like it or not. There's just how you get energies of those around you, whether you like it or not. So yeah, it's humanity, and it's human to help the poor, but I think it's foolishness to now lower yourself to their level and settle with them. Not just Christ said, the poor you always have, but me you will not always have me. Meaning Jesus is greatness. The poor you always have, but greatness you will not always have.
Okay.
So, personally, I think the challenge I'm facing is proximity.
Okay.
Direct contact with people of certain mindsets. Right? And how I'm solving that, of course, there should be how you're solving whatever
the problem, the challenge.
The problem, yes. So how I'm solving the challenge is with this whole marketing thing. I have one guy in my team, right, who I'm building this whole thing with, and I told the guy, okay, when we are ready to go on site, we are going to be at Bongo Hive, right? Bongo Hive is there at Zebra Business Park. They offer quite a lot of benefits if you're going to co-work there. So I told him, instead of us being in maybe Kalingalinga or any of those places, we are going to be in Bongo Hive. And I know most people will be like, okay, you're just a young man who is getting started. Why do you want to be in such places? It's a mindset game. I believe at whatever level you are at, if you are going to break that level, you have to seek a different paradigm. So I believe it's a mindset game.
Okay.
Yeah. The kind of people I'll associate with, if I limit myself to Kalingalinga, are not the same people I may be able to associate with when I'm in Bongo Hive. Even opportunity cost. It will cost me a lot of opportunities being in Kalingalinga than being at Bongo Hive.
Okay.
You understand? There are so many funding opportunities that you can have access to when you're at Bongo Hive. There are, you bump shoulders with CEO that have 20 years of experience in the industry, that, maybe a 3-5 minutes chat with you can uplift you in a way that you couldn't even comprehend. So those are opportunities people don't see whenever they're trying to find a location for their business, whenever they're trying to, set up their venture, especially young people. They look at it in terms of, funds, money. But if you'd wonder, I'll tell you, At Bongo Hive, there you can get a co-working space for as low as 1,980 kwacha.
Okay.
As low as that, yes. I think that's beginner friendly. Yeah. So again, we look at cost opportunity. What does it cost you setting a business in Kalingalinga, being a professional firm, than being at Bongo Hive? Okay, maybe at Bongo Hive you spend a little bit more, but if that will come with more opportunities on my end, I'm ready to sacrifice. If that will come with me being on Zoom meetings with Bongo Hive partners, I'm ready to sacrifice. If that will come with funding opportunities, I'm ready to sacrifice.
Okay. Emmanuel, we should be winding up now. In 7 years' time, you'll be 30.
Correct, 7 years time.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to understand, where do you see yourself in the next 7 years?
In the next 7, I believe in the next 7 years, I'll be back here and I'll be a multi-millionaire.
Right here on this podcast.
Yes, and I want everyone watching me right now to hold me accountable, because sometimes it just takes, you having the world holding you accountable. Trust me, if today you told the world,
won't that give you pressure to go and sell a leg or a kidney for you to say, hey, I'm running out of time? You're preventing with 1 year. Hey, I committed myself to this. Yeah. Okay. You talk about accountability. I just wanted to stretch you there.
Yes. I think I always look forward to having the world hold me accountable. Trust me, if today you bring people here, right, on this set,
yes,
and you tell them, I'm going to do 30 push-ups, and 30 people are watching, trust me, even if you've never done 30 push-ups before, you will do them there. Okay. Because you have 30 eyes holding you accountable.
Because now what you are telling me is 7 years from now, I still need to be doing the podcast.
Yes. Because I want to be back here.
Okay.
7 years.
Okay.
Time. And probably maybe give away $10,000 to the viewers.
To the viewers.
I'm looking forward to such.
Okay. Yeah. That's brilliant, Emmanuel. And I wish we have more young people who find their passion, because I'm trying to think, for you to really leave medical school and move into the tech space in sales and marketing, is coming from the core. Yes. And we want to wish you the very best as you go on this journey. You remember, entrepreneurship is not a destination, it's a journey. Okay? And through the journey, you meet different people.
Yes.
You face different circumstances.
Yes.
So is there anything that you would like to send out, especially to our nation, Zambia, the young people who are yet to decide what they would do in their life? If there's somebody who's in their gap year here, what would you like to say to them?
3 things. I think the first thing is look for people who have done what you're trying to do and find a way to get to them.
Okay.
And I can give them a hint. CEOs, multi-millionaires, brands, people who are doing so well, they have got so many messages in their inboxes right now of young people begging for money, begging for sponsorships, begging for resources, begging for funding. So you can always break the cycle. Instead of you begging, go and study those people. Everybody has a challenge, trust me. That's the reason they're in business, because they have a challenge. And if they haven't gotten to where they're trying to get to, the challenge is there. Find that challenge, send them a proposal of why you think you're the best person, or why you think you can contribute even 1% to drive them, even 1% closer to where they're trying to get to. By doing that, you'll get way more opportunities than those who are in inboxes of brands begging, right? Just start one thing will open doors.
Okay. Number
to
3?
Great people. I think our number 2.
Okay, so the second one.
Number 2, you have to do so much work. It'll be unreasonable if you didn't become successful. Alex Amozi. Yes. So once you've done that, now you know that you have to add value on yourself. Go and become a 12 hours worker. Right? 12 hours. Employees work for 9 hours. Like typical employees work for 9 hours. just go 3 hours beyond.
Extra.
Yeah, just go 3 hours extra. Sit down at your desk, switch off your phone, right? No social media, no nothing. That thing you found, I don't know if it's tech, sales, whatsoever, study it. Invest 100 hours in study and start pitching. Do at least 30 to 50 proposals every single day, pitching whatever it is that you do to companies. I don't know how you're going to do it, but yeah, do that. That again will open you up to more opportunities than you ever thought existed. And lastly, I think we all came with nothing. So there is no expense. Right now you are living at no expense. If you decided to build something, you are in a profit trajectory.
Okay.
Because if you came with nothing on earth, even if you acquire 30% of all your ambitions combined, you'll still have won. But most young people quit too quickly. I started in 2021. This is 2026. I'm still in the game. Faced so many challenges. I'm still facing quite a lot of challenges. I haven't yet reached a level where I'm like, okay, I've hit my first big break, but I'm still in the game. 30 years down the line, I'll still be in the game. This is a promise to everybody watching. So don't quit too quickly, because entrepreneurship, like you've said, is not a destination, it's a journey.
Yeah.
And it's a journey that will throw you with a lot of battles, but those battles are there to make you bigger and better. Because whatever you're trying to get to, there's a version of you that has to be provoked before you get there, right? And greatness always awaits.
Okay.
And I believe the universe has its own way of rewarding those that tarry.
Okay.
Yeah, these are three.
That's brilliant. I might have one last question. In your journey, how supportive have your parents been?
They're amazing people. Maybe that's I wouldn't say, the problem I have with my fellow young people, if I come to them and tell them that my parents being supportive is an added advantage, they will now trick themselves into believing, my parents aren't supportive. So now I don't have the advantage that you have, so I can't do it.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Okay. So what would you say to parents with regard supporting children who are thinking business like yourself? How important is that component?
Okay, so to our dear parents out there, I would say, if you have children, especially ambitious children, you have to understand that they'll do things that you as a parent will not be able to comprehend. That's one thing. Like, ambitious children will do things that parents will not be able to comprehend. In as much as you push your children to satisfy your own version of success, you have to understand that they are born with their own God-given gifts, talents, ambitions, and aspirations. And you may not realize that you blocking them from doing what they truly are called, I wouldn't say passion, but what they are truly are called to do, may be you blocking yourselves of the bigger privilege that the children could build for you. This is like a platform.
I see.
I'm sure I can recite quite a number of people here.
Okay.
Look at maybe Magnet. What he started and what he does, these are two different things. I don't know where he got the success from, but I believe it's not from what he started.
Okay.
So, but that has given him a platform.
Okay, that's just an example. That's just an example.
As an example, right? Yes, I can maybe mention quite a number of people here.
Don't mention people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So now there is what we are born with that we are meant to fulfill, that parents may not be able to see. So in as much as they are trying to push us to their own version of success, they have to understand that we need to give expression of what's inside of us, because whatever it is that is inside of us, may be what may, birth the greatness that they wish to see for us. I don't know if this is making sense. They have got their own version of success.
Yes.
We have what we are born with. So they can't block what we are born with for the sake of their version of success.
Yeah. I like that. So young people, as we round up, ladies and gentlemen, young people, the future of entrepreneurship, but this only comes when they are resilient, like yourself. They're innovative,
Yes.
and they have the grit to go through whatever comes their way. Emmanuel Kateta, thank you
Yes.
very much for doing this and for featuring on the Education Podcast. I hope to meet you again in 7 years' time.
7 years' time.
I hope I will still be doing this. If not, I'll do an episode just for you.
Yeah.
To host you on the podcast. Thank you very much, and wish you the very best. Keep on pushing and keep on breaking the boundaries.
I appreciate you, sir.
Signing out from the Education Podcast. See you in the next episode.
Thank you.